There's a new top cop at the helm of the Red Deer RCMP. Superintendent Ken Foster says it's a homecoming of sorts as he returns to central Alberta after so many years.
It's exciting to come back home, of course, and I've ran into a lot of people already in the town and the city, and even here at the detachment that I've known over my career, but even some before my career. So it's exciting, but it's also a little bit intimidating and daunting because people may have expectations.
Foster says it's important that he work together with RCMP staff and City of Red Deer officials on making our community a better place.
I really enjoy being a detachment commander. I think that's where you have the ability to make some difference, make a change, have some influence in what goes on in the community. You have skin in the game. I mean, you're living those community. I live in the community. You have a vested interest. And I really enjoy working with the women and men of the RCMP and our municipal enforcement people and our municipal employees, because they are really, it's very refreshing to see people that are truly dedicated to making the city a safe place, and the hard work that they put in, and without any call for fanfare. So it's inspirational.
Foster says it's no secret that the tough economic times are playing a big role in a steady increase in property crimes in our city. Tackling the issue is a challenge he says he's ready for.
The economy in Alberta has been challenging. I mean, if you look at the crime severity index across Canada went up last year. Alberta had a sharp increase, and as did Red Deer and many other communities. And I think they're pretty close representation of what's going on across the province. And so there's some work there to be done. There's some challenges, but there's a bunch of initiatives on the go here already that I think we'll see some positive, and that's work around the youth, work around really who are our prolific offenders, and working with all of our key stakeholders and partners to tackle that small percentage that are doing a large percentage of the crime, and making sure that we're dealing with the criminal side of it, but not only that, there's many of the folks have addiction issues, some folks have mental health issues, and when you do that complete and full wraparound and involve all the key stakeholders, I think you make a difference, but it doesn't happen overnight. It takes a long time, it takes a sustained effort.
Being that we can't wipe out the crime happening in Red Deer all at once, Foster says it's vital to have priorities in place, then go from there.
We can't be all things to all people. We can't tackle 500 different projects. So if you nail it down to 4 or 5 or a few initiatives, I think you stay focused, you stay concentrated, and you measure your results, and what gets measured gets done. And the priorities are really, quite frankly, they're pretty similar to most other places I've been and seen, because those are the common issues Albertans are facing and citizens of Red Deer certainly are facing. So,
when asked how he'll go about commanding the Red Deer RCMP detachment, Foster had this to say.
And one of my challenges is always getting everybody contributing in the same direction. We have many different units, and many people don't see one another because of shift work and weekends and their roles. But if you're answering the phone at the front counter, or if you were a major crimes investigator, everybody doing their job contributes to public safety, and that's really the message I try to get through to all the staff and employees. Is everybody has a very valuable job to do, regardless of your position, your title, your expertise. And if they're not all pulling in the same direction, it's really difficult to make significant impact and difference. My job is really, if you put it into a perspective of business, is I'm the branch manager, and it's my job to continue growing that brand, protect the integrity of that brand, and you do that by making sure your professional police organization doing a really good job on investigations, abiding by the core values of our organization. When you do that, you increase public confidence and trust. And when people have trust and confidence in their police, then they're prepared to invest in that brand.
In part 2 of our feature story with Red Deer RCMP Superintendent Ken Foster, we learn what he has to say about dealing with the rising drug problem in our city and how you can help.